Day 1. The courtyard opens up. Zero Two grabs a spear, eyes bright with feral excitement. Professor X sits in his wheelchair at the top of the stairs.
He's
I,
ready to
I
fall
did not.
top of the stairs.
Just immediately fucking slowed down his
Yeah.
wheelchair. Risha stumbles, flinching at every clank. Beacon clutches a medical bag like it's a life raft. I can help, Beacon says, grabbing bandages and scalpel that should not be in a medical kit. Risha forced herself to stand tall. We survive together. They avoid the center, going for supplies at the edges, food, cloth, and basic armor. Leatherface does not sprint. He lumbers with certainty. He grabs a cleaver, heavy hook. Aku Aku floats beside him. Mask eyes narrowed. This place is evil, Aku Aku warns, looking at Leatherface.
Yeah.
This place is evil.
This place is
Fucking
evil.
looking at this guy.
Yeah.
Leatherface revs up a savage saw and that screams like dying god. Akaku sighs, of course, it's you. Morden moves fast, clinical, secure high quality resources, avoid prolonged engagements, adjust plan. He talks like that. Adonis watches with
See?
cold intensity, hands wrapped on a sword hilt. If they come, I'll cut. They take light armor, throwing darts, and short bow, efficient and tactical. Torika's magic is damped, and she can only produce brief wards and tiny bursts of force, nothing grand. Her partner, the werewolf broker, wears a torn suit jacket over fur, eyes scanning like he's reading a market ticker. Fear is currency, he mutters. We buy low, sell high. He grabs a mace and a bundle of chains. So real quick,
Yeah.
Durkara's power in the series is she's a witch, but each witch is born with a certain power.
Mhm.
She was born with the power of charm, which is kind of a rarity, but everyone just calls her a whore.
Ah.
But because she could theoretically get whatever she wants, though, she can charm almost anyone unless there's like a certain specifications met.
Yeah.
So
That's
she
pretty
could
correct.
get, yeah. So like, and then the main antagonist is also a witch that is the only other witch that has charm because everyone else kills. They kill basically witches with charm because of how powerful they are,
Mhm.
or exile them. And so the antagonist is a witch with charm that just took over the entire like human kingdom and told the humans and told the human king like, hey, all witches are evil. We should go purge them all. And the king's like, you're right, we should, except for me. All right. And so she wanted to be basically the only witch alive to
Yeah.
basically rule the world.
Did she end up? Did they kill all the witches?
They killed most of the witches on Earth, but some of the witches had like a moon base. It's really fucking weird.
Like
The
a moon.
Yeah. So here's how it starts. Here's how the history kind of goes. Humanity and witches lived together like in harmony for the longest time, with witches being practically demigods. You know,
Mhm.
they lived in mostly harmony. Some even formed relationships. Blah blah blah. But when that witch of charm rose to power, or the humanity started to grow witches, though eventually technology surpassed magic.
I
And so
see.
currently, like the timeline goes from like basically the peasants from like the early like peasant the dark ages all the way up
Yeah.
to like basically 2152 for the most
Mm.
part, where there's future, there's teleporting, there's like spaceships, there's not
Yeah.
spaceships, but there's like hovercrafts and like easy, quote unquote, easy access to space, and like how caliber laser weapons, androids, and all this different shit.
Mhm.
uh and the charm witch is like, all right, witches are useless and they're just preying on humanity. She just caused like misinformation among the king, who spreads it among his people, and then the king decides to kill all the witches. And one of the weird moments in that show was just they were a bunch of human soldiers were just destroying witch villages and slaughtering as many as they can.
Yeah.
But then there's this one moment that I just can't like I think about this just every once in a while because it's just so stupid, but also it matches, it's stupid fucked up and it makes sense because it matches the rest of the fucking series as well, because there's some fucked up and like yet stupid funny moments in the show.
Mhm.
Like for example, there's a bunch of sex androids that run an entire nation and they just fuck men to death.
Oh, all right.
so no
Interesting.
men live there, and so there's no population though because they're all robots.
Yeah.
They can't have babies. So
They
it's
just
all like
have their
sex bots though.
location.
Yeah,
It's
but
crazy.
they're programmed for sex, so they're always want it as well. So there's a bunch of other
Yeah.
stuff where it's like holy shit.
Wild.
There's like one moment like that, but there's another moment where this village is being raided, and Dokura, as a child, gets sent off to join the other witches into go into hiding. She's saved by
Mhm.
this one witch who gets shot, and her back is all like burnt and stuff. But she gets shot in the back, and she falls, and the soldiers start raping her, and they're like, "Oh yeah, oh you must be a virgin for how height you are, blah blah." And then another witch comes out of nowhere, turns into a bear, and murders the guy raping her. And they're like, "You bastard! He had a wife and child." It's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
gnarly.
that's it. Like I said, it's just the thing of like, of course, it doesn't make it justified if he didn't, but it just makes it just so much, I guess, worse. You
Yeah.
know, he had a wife and child raping, and he was raping that woman. How dare you kill
Yeah,
him?
how dare you? Stupid.
It's just like great. But in the beginning of the show as well, it starts off with Adonis with a like his witch mentor, because the witch wanted to like show that humans and witches could live together. So she took Adonis by her side and started like traveling the world, showing
Mhm.
that it's possible for good to happen from these two things. The witch he was with though had the ability to had like also a unique ability where she can scrawl instead of having things, so she can kind of enchant things.
Oh
But
shit.
and she gave some of that power to Adonis, or she gave a notebook or a book and quill to Adonis that can also do that.
Yeah.
And it's also a rare art as well. It's like a rare like power as well to like charm.
Mhm.
So Adonis can know how to scrawl. He's not as quick or as good as it, and it takes him a bit more time because he's human. But he can also do it, which is why he's so powerful in the show, in the book, or the
Yeah.
manga. But it's uh, it's that, and what happens though is humanity captures her by teleporting her. They straight up just fucking yoink her out of existence. They or yoink him and her out of the middle of nowhere with teleportation. They're like, look at our technology. We don't need you, you fucking bitch.
Wow.
It's they say that specifically, basically, for the most
Yeah.
part. There's a lot of swearing in the show as well, and
See.
they're like, all right, they start making fun of her and stuff, and they say, denounce, boy, were you like enslaved by the witch? And he's like, no, I'm not. He's trying to like defend her,
Mhm.
and they're like, you're not. Okay, we're gonna kill you too. And she's like, yes, it was like enslaving him, blah blah. She's like claiming that to like keep him alive, and they're like, all right. We will let the boy live if you denounce yourself, all witches, and show us your breasts. It's
Oh
just
my
like what the.
god.
And it's just like a humiliation thing, though.
Yeah.
And then she does, and then they just fucking shoot her in the back of the head.
Awesome.
Oh, they say we'll let him and we let him go and let you live if you do that. And she does it, and she gets shot in the back of the head. Again, the entire show is just fucking metal. Just holy shit.
Yeah.
Regardless, did the merchant is really calm. He pockets coins and trinkets like it's another Tuesday. Anastasia is composed, eyes cool. She takes a rapier and a lantern. We'll trade later, the merchant murmurs. If we live, he wanders off. Kraft's mind already calculating alliances. The Duke, massive and unbothered, carries a pack full of food, like he raided a pantry dimension. Economics of violence, Kraft murders. The Duke chuckles. We can make a killing. They claim a wagon full of supplies and retreat. Oh yeah, they both are wagoneers as well. I forgot.
That's awesome.
They both drive a wagon.
Yeah.
Um, Dracula. Dracula's power is shackled. No castle, teleport, no instant annihilation. He is still lethal, fast,
No
scaled,
instant
terrifying.
annihilation.
Power, meanwhile, is power. She grabs a spiked club and decrees herself the strongest creature alive. Dracula, and you kneel to me. Dracula
Oh
doesn't
my
even look at
god.
her.
What a terrible idea.
Power pouts and immediately tries to start a fight with him. Bigby Wolf moves like a detective in a riot. Eyes everywhere, shoulders ready, restrained, barely holding. Johnson, big, grim, silent, just wants to survive. He grabs a thick axe. Doesn't I was specified if he doesn't die, I was specified Johnson the cockroach.
Yeah.
Who are the Blues Brothers?
Angry Birds.
Okay. Dung Eater drifts through the chaos like a cursed inhuman shape. The blues, tiny, jittery, cling close like chaotic goblins. They snatch traps, cow traps, ropes. Again, you with cow traps.
Caltrops.
Harry Dubois is and Grave Lord. Harry looks around Firelink like he woke up in a world's worst hangover. This is definitely not martinis. Martinis, he says, voice cracked. Nito's suppressed, but still horrified, stands beside him like a walking grave. Where's Grave Lord from?
Dark Souls.
Oh, okay. Harry grabs a small revolver and 2 bullets. He checks them 3 times as if checking reality. Phoebe moves with controlled grace. She takes the katana and a short bow. Then the ground shakes. King Kong, scaled down to massive but not invincible, hauls a stone pillar.
Yeah.
Nice rack. Storm's power is dampened. Short lightning strikes, brief gust, no continent-wide tempest. Icaligo clings to her shoulders like a nervous mascot with a rifle we found and barely understands. We should go. We should hide. Icaligo says. Storm looks across the ruined skyline. Not hide. Position. They take high, broken stairs leading out towards Undeadburg. Power sees Harry. Power decides Harry looks weak and therefore insulting. She charges, swinging her club. Harry squeals and fires his revolver. The bullet misses Power completely and strikes a cracked support pillar, already stressed by the day's chaos. Its stone groans overhead. Everyone hears it too late. A section of the courtyard slams. The section of the courtyard balcony collapses. Power leaps back, perfectly fine. Harry tries to run before the stones fall. The falling stones slam him into the ground, killing him.
Damn.
What is who is that guy? Harry
Disco Elysium.
Mm. Is that the guy who gets like depressed if you don't like the party?
The party?
Disco Elysium.
He's like a detective guy.
That's who I think. I thought there's like a line where he's just like, "You like the party?" If you say no, he just gets more depressed.
Probably. I haven't played the full thing.
No. Spoilers. Undeadburg, Tight Streets, Parish and Bell Tower, Darkwood Garden, Blighttown, Catacombs.
Hell yeah. All of the places.
Sturma and Kako take the Undeadburg rooftops. Bigby and Johnson take Darkroot's Edge. Morden and Adonis head towards Parish. Kraft and Dukes take a storage room. Merchant and Anastasia follow a stride route towards Parish. Risha and Mikon go to Lowerberg Cellar. Leatherface and Aku head towards the Catacombs. Dracula and Power vanish into the Parish Bell, drawn by drama. Dung Eater and Blues slink down to Blighttown approach. 02 and Professor X. 02 pushes Professor X towards the Watchpoint balcony. That's awesome.
Yeah, agreed.
Risha and Mikon huddle in a cellar. Mikon trembles but organizes bandages like it's a religion. Risha whispers, "If someone finds us, we run." Mikon nods rapidly. Yes, running is good. The Duke sets up shop in a protected room. Duke laying out supplies like a buffet. Kraft smiles. If you want food, they'll come. Duke chuckles, and we'll charge. Stormy Icaligo keeps watch. Rifle shaking. Storm listens to the wind. Dung Eater and Blues creep through the narrow burg alley, setting caltrops and rope snares. The Blues giggles as they place a trip line. A shot drops behind them. Leatherface. Aku his move! Too late. Leatherface swings his cleaver in a brutal arc. One of the Blues is cut down instantly. The other two shriek and scatter. Dung Eater. I like Aku's against his fucking teammates as well.
Yeah. He doesn't like the psychopaths.
Dung Eater turns to lead delighted rather than afraid. A butcher, he coons. How fitting. Leatherface revs up his chainsaw and charges. Dung Eater throws a handful of filth poison dust at Leatherface. He coughs, staggers, but doesn't stop. Aku Aku
Yeah.
tries to shield his partner with a glowing barrier, just enough to deflect a thrown brick from the fleeing blues. Leatherface saw catches Dung Eater's side and tearing armor and flesh. Dung Eater laughs, throwing through the pain. Yes! Leatherface finished it with a second brutal strike, cutting him down in the alley.
Shit.
The
That was
remaining two
awesome.
blues sprint to the dark.
It was a good fight.
The word this understanding spreads, and easy mistakes are gone. Now it hurts. 0-2 and Professor X. Professor X closes his eyes, reaching outwards. His psychic push is short range here. He could, but feel enough to feel hot spots. Don't go forward, he warns. There's a predator pair waiting. 0-2 grins. Predators bleed too. Power insists they take Bell Tower because it's tall, important, and she deserves it. Dracula allows it because it's strategically sound. Morden Adonis reached the parish, scavenging crossbows and bolts. Morden studies a claw mark on the stone. Large creature, move through here. Kong. Adonis grips his blade tighter. If it comes, we'll cut its legs. Morden prefer not. The merchant Anastasia encounter crafts in Duke's store. Of course. The merchant Anastasia. A shop in hell. I respect it. Anastasia's eyes the Duke suspiciously. This feels like a trap. Crafts merch its comrades. They trade lantern oil for food. A bold pouch for bat scrap. And no blood yet. The merchants.
Yeah. Trading.
As darkness returns, the bell tolls. On its own, loud and wrong. It draws eyes upwards. It draws feet closer. It draws trouble. Storm and Icaligo move silently along the rooftops, too close to the bell tower. Dracula and Power stand above, seeing them. What the fuck?
What?
What does that mean?
What?
It's just. A. Emil. Emil.
Emil?
It's Eom Ya N. Emil. Or something weird like that. It's just Russian. There's a random thing of Russian in the middle of my chat GDP.
Oh shit. Weird.
I wonder what that says. Zemen. Sorry, it's Z, not eh.
Mm-hmm.
Zemen. It just means replacement. Seeing them replacements like prey.
Huh.
Oh. It means I forgot Russian also has a really weird fucking way of doing things.
Mm-hmm.
Russian words are sometimes just like, interchangeable at times, just based on how they are like verbed in the
Yeah.
context, which is really odd. But one is shift.
Yeah.
That also apparently means communication, which is weird. But
That
substitution,
is weird.
replacement, it means like replacement, exchange, change, substitution, which all makes or substitution, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Communication doesn't make sense. Shift,
Yeah, it's
makeshift,
weird.
spell, stopgap, which I don't understand how the fuck that like that one's just crazy. The Russian language
Yeah.
sucks, dude.
There's a lot. It's wild.
That it could be.
Yeah.
Watch them shift like prey. Power looks at lips. Let's kill them. Okay, I specified that Johnson. I made it look up Johnson again,
Okay, thank
and it's
you.
just like, oh yeah, he's a cockroach.
Good.
That's
Remember
it.
it. Alright, I'll fill up my water.
I. Ah. Hello. Ah.
This weapon's exotic.
Hello?
What? All right.
I've returned.
Have you?
Yes.
Could have fooled me.
Shut up.
I know it's your clone.
Yeah. Miniature horse.
I remember a long ass time ago, Xander tried to act like his brother and said that he deleted his. He's like, I'm gonna delete Xander's account on Destiny, and Xander came back. He's like, Oh my God, what happened? And I was just like, Xander, shut the fuck up.
That's awesome. He just deleted his own account?
No, he
for
didn't. He
that?
didn't delete his own account, but
Okay, he was just like,
he's like, he's a joke. He wanted to see
yeah,
how it would react, and he was like, Xander, we knew it was you the entire ass time.
yeah. That's funny.
The Bell of Bones.
Bell of Bones.
At the dawn of day 3, the Bell of Awakenings begins and ring on its own. What the hell is this? What the fuck does this do?
The bell?
Yeah. Oh, ancient bone
Awakens
wards weaken,
Framped.
catacombs path open, skeletons do not rise, but bone magic saturates the air, necrotic energy interferes with healing, stamina, and magic. Heavy footsteps are unnaturally far. Do I do? Oh yeah, let me do more. Give me options.
Framped event.
Is there two framps? Or two
No.
serpents?
No.
I'll just send you them. I don't feel like reading.
Okay.
This is too long. You need nitro. Kill yourself. And there's a Framped plus Bell hybrid event, by the way. It just wouldn't let me put it in because it's too long.
Mm-hmm. Let me read these. Oh, I like the Framped one, actually. That's good.
No idea what it does.
I like what it does. It was not what I expected, but it's accurate. It's lore accurate. Mm. Yeah, I should do the Framped one. I think that's the best one. I may be biased.
Yeah, Framped, my beloved.
Yeah.
The, the ground tilts. Professor X braces his wheelchair just as Fire Link's floor peels open. Your two plunges to Lake. Frampton hails. They vanish into darkness. Moments later, they split into the parish rooftops hard. 02 rolls, laughing through bloody lips. Professor X exhales. We are separated from the pack. Many minds nearby. Brigby and Wolf, they're moving through Darkwood's edge when a forest floor drops away. Both are swallowed. No screaming from Johnson, just a surprised skid. They inject into Undeadburg. Johnson rights himself up, antenna twitching. He looks for hostiles on the street, then at Brigby. Shocker! Brigby huffs a grim laugh. Yeah, that tracks.
Shocker.
Dracula and Power want the bell tower. Framp denies it to them. The tower staircase folds inwards and becomes a chute. They spat into the catacombs' upper crypts. Bone dust everywhere. Power gangs. This place smells like losers. Dracula surveys the bones, narrows his eyes. No sunlight, no exits. We move carefully. Storm anchors herself with a gust as Framp breath tears through Berg. Icalgo, swallowed alone, Storm fights the pulls and fails. Storm is in this, right?
Yeah.
Morden, Solus, and Adonis brace in the parish, using pillars and floor as the floor ripples. Phantomaz opens at the altar. Morden calculates fast. Probability of relocation high. Prepare. They're swallowed and spat into a firelink shrine, now empty but unstable. Hiding in the Berg shutters saves them barely for Risha and Mikon. The ceiling caves in. They tumble into a merchant tunnel beneath the firelink. Mikon hyperventilates. Risha grabs her hand. Breathe, we live. They hear footsteps, but stay silent. Aku Aku likes the chaos. Leatherface likes the chaos. Framps gulps them up and hurls them into the Blighttown mid-level, chains creaking. Aku Aku glows nervously. This place is bad. Leatherface revs up his chainsaw. The merchant and Anastasia are mid-trade when Framp reshapes the floor. They slide into the parish slide chapel intact. The merchant chuckles. New foot traffic. Kraft, Lawrence, and the Duke, their store collapses. The Duke lands with a wheeze unharmed, and Kraft dusts himself off. Supply lines diminish. Kraft mutters. Morden and Adonis. Sorry, I can't think. A second shift cracks the firelink rim. Nito's presence tugs at the stone. Morden and Adonis hear bones grinding. Gravelord's influence leaks upwards. They back away, but the floor drops. Adonis catches the edge. Morden grabs his wrist. The stone crumbles. Adonis falls into the dark. Morden reaches and then misses. Silence.
Good.
Framp settles, half sunken at firelink. The world is amazed. No map remembers. Bigby and Johnson, they hear chains. Before they see them, Leatherface emerges from the fog. Saw screaming. Johnson turns to him and says, "Shocking!" Bigby squares up. "We don't want it," Leatherface charges. The clash is brutal. Bigby grapples Leatherface, trying to disarm. Aku Aku flashes the shield, binds seconds. Johnson takes a glancing cut, ichor splattering. He doesn't slow, though. Bigby's headbutts Leatherface back. Johnson swings, disarms the saw. Leatherface retreats. Starling, Aku Aku glowing bright. No death, just blood and promise.
Okay.
Poison drips. Winds fight vertigo. Storm keeps them moving. Ikago spots shapes below. Dracula and Power climbing out of the crypt's ladder into Blightwood. Upper's reach. Surmise harden. We avoid. Is there a ladder going to the crypts?
The crypt, like the catacombs?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Power points up and say, "Hey, weather lady!" Storm summons a short lightning crack to collapse the plank between them. Power cackles as she falls a level unhurt but angry. Mikon stumble to find Morden. Morden freezes. Mikon freezes. I can help. Morden nods. Once acceptable, they share rations.
Alright.
Framp moves again. Smaller, angrier shifts. The merchant's bad bargain. The merchant and Anastasia encounter Kraft and the Duke in Berg. Words exchange. Prices, safe routes, a sudden rumble. The ground yawns open. The Duke shoves Kraft aside. As the floor collapses, the merchant slips. Anastasia grabs his coat, but it tears free. The merchant falls into the reshaped stairwell that now leads straight to the catacombs sinkhole. His laugh echoes, then stops.
Damn.
The prices drop.
It's crazy.
Dracula and Power push deeper, seeking advantage. Bones animate, not undead allies, but just collapsing architecture until under Nito's influence. Power jumps across the gap, misjudges the distance as the floor retracts. She slips claws scraping stone. Dracula lunges to grab her wrist. The suppression curse bites. He can't hold forever. Power grins anyway. "This is metal!" as the ledge breaks. Power falls in the darkness, laughing until the sound cuts off.
Alright. Right.
Leatherface hunts the Berg drawn the bird, drawn to screams. He finds Risha and Mika sheltered with Morden. Aku Aku flares up too late. Leatherface charges. Morden throws a flash compound. Leatherface barrels through it. Risha steps forward, terrified, but plants her blade into Leatherface's legs. He staggers, becomes sobbing, fires a flare gun she found randomly into Aku Aku.
Shit.
The mask absorbs it and dies.
No. What the hell?
Morden takes the opening and puts a dart through Leatherface's throat, killing him.
Damn. All right.
Just fucking takes a flare gun to the face.
Yeah. Where the hell did that come from?
Fram sinks fully back into the fire link. The reshuffling ends.
Let's see.
Johnson and Bigby cleans their wounds. Johnson also cleans his axe, looking at the sky, saying, "Shocking." Bigby nods, saying, "You said it, buddy."
Yeah.
Bigby moves cautiously through the undead berg, following broken crates and dry blood. Johnson lumbers behind him, axe over one shoulder, antennae twitching. Doesn't he carry an axe in the anime as well?
No, I think no.
I don't know why I thought that. I knew he carries a baseball bat.
Nope. He doesn't carry
Or he
anything.
played baseball.
Yeah, he played baseball briefly.
With the one woman who's dead inside. The body lies in the street.
Yeah.
From the parish rooftops, Professor X senses tensions ripple through the arena. Multiple aggressive minds converging, one predatory one fractured. 02 stretches, spear resting across her shoulders. Good, I'm bored. They move towards the parish interior, Xavier guiding her around the blind corners. Risha and Mikan relocate from Firelink tunnels to a quiet parish side room. Mikan tends her bruises, hands shaking. I don't want to hurt anyone. Risha clenches her fist, and we avoid fights. If they come, we'll survive. Smells like fucking lobster.
That's weird.
It's not me.
Well, yeah.
Why does it smell like fucking crawfish?
That's such a weird thing to smell.
Why do you smell like crawfish?
Fishing.
I need a beer.
You need a crawfish.
Summer anchors herself on Blight Town's upper platforms, wind steady. Ikago peers down nervously. Thoughts boom below. Storm nods. The ground favors monsters. The sky favors patience. Lightning crackles briefly between her fingertips. Kraft tries to keep Duke hidden in a defensible Berg storehouse. We wait, let the others thin the field. The Duke chuckles. Sooner or later, they'll come for our supplies. Dracula moves silently through the parish halls. The power's gone, the noise is gone. He is now focused.
That makes sense.
Morden travels light, eyes constantly moving. Statistical projection. Alliance is failing. Survivability increases with preemptive action. He loads another dart. Dracula enters the Berg storehouse like a shadow. Kraft turns, startled but composed. Perhaps we can. Dracula closes the distance in a blur. One precise strike to the throat. Kraft
Oh,
collapses,
shit.
eyes wide in disbelief. The Duke roars in rage and lunges. Dracula dodges, grabs a hanging meat hook and uses the Duke's own weight against him, pulling him off
Damn.
balance and crushing his skull against a stone wall. The Duke slides down dead. Dracula wipes the blood from his gloves. Kraft, Lawrence, and the Duke are dead.
Holy
He
shit.
takes nothing. He just leaves. He
That's
breaks into a
awesome.
store just to kill two people.
Yeah.
That's actually lore accurate, though, I guess.
He did not come for their supplies.
More accurate, Dracula.
True.
Big B hears it before you see it. Every breathing. Uneven steps. Anesthesia emerges from the alley. Blade drawn, eyes hollow with grief. You took everything from me, she hisses. Though neither of them did. Oh, it's actually more accurate. They finally paid attention to what it's doing.
I see.
Yeah, it's like, you killed me. You killed that guy. It was a triceratops. Or
It was a
the
triceratops
triceratops.
the whole time.
Yeah. Anesthesia emerges from the alley. Blade drawn, blah, blah. Bigby raises his hands. We don't want to. She attacks. Johnson steps forward, axe swinging. Anastasia ducks underneath the swing and slashes Bigby's arm. He snarls and counter grapples, pinning her against the wall. She fights like someone with nothing left to lose. Johnson hesitates, then brings the axe down hard. It ends quickly. Bigby exhales slowly. Thank you. Johnson nods. Shocker!
Hell yeah.
Morden tracks the footprints to the parish side room. He opens the door carefully. Beacon screams. Risha steps forward, sword shaking. Sword shaking. Yeah. We're not fighters. Please. Morden pauses assessment. Low threat, high liability. He turns to leave. A crossbow bolt whistles past his head. 02 drops for the rafters, grinning. You don't get to decide who's a liability. Professor X's voice echoes in Morden's mind. Move, now. Morden retreats, choosing survival over principle. Risha collapses in grief. Beacon sobs.
Damn.
For her, I guess Professor X wants him alive because he's actually sane.
Yeah.
Storm watches movement below. Bigby and Johnson. She senses something else too. Dracula. She drops down from the scaffold, cushioning her landing between two forces. Enough, she commands. This ends now. Dracula steps with view, eyes burning. A Storm that thinks she's a queen. Lighting flashes. Who was with Werewolf Stockbroker?
Trying to remember. It wasn't another merchant, I don't think.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
Dorco.
Oh, yeah.
Dorco. Dorca.
Yeah.
The clash is brief and brutal. Dracula moves faster than Storm expects. Icalgo fires wildly and misses. Dracula backhands him into a stone pillar. The impact kills him.
Okay.
Storm screams in fury. Icalgo killed by Dracula. The lightning that falls scorches the stone. Dracula retreats, cloak smoking but alive. There we are. Storm buries Icalgo at dawn. I will not forgive this. Her restraint is gone. Morden stalks the Berg rooftops to expose. 02 intercepts him. Professor X locks into Morden's mind for a split second, just enough. 02's spear strikes clean. Morden falls to the word. Professor X exhales. That cost me. 02 smiles. Worth it. Dracula finds them at dusk. Risha and Beacon at dusk. They try not to run. Or they try to run. They do not get very far. Dracula kills Risha swiftly. Beacon collapses begging. He hesitates, then kills her.
That makes sense.
Again, fucking power was his crutch.
I
Or not
know.
even his crutch. He was the biggest fucking liability.
I know. I love that he was just completely indifferent. Like, he didn't even want her to die either. Like, he tried to save her and everything. And then, like, when she died, he was like, oh, well, I guess I can just focus now. He just starts killing everyone.
Yeah. He just fucking pops off.
Yeah.
Dorica and the werewolf. Deep in Darkroot Garden, Dorica finishes etching a final ward into the stone path. Her hands tremble slightly. We can't fight everyone, she says. The wolf adjusts his torn suit jacket. I scan the forest like tigers. We don't need to. We create pressure, let the market correct itself. He sniffs the air. Storm, Bigby, Dracula, all nearby. Volatility is peak. Dorica swallows. Who do we hit? The werewolf smiles his teeth. Smiles with all his teeth. The one with the least liquidity. He's just a businessman. Bigby
Yeah.
crouches at the forest edge, ears twitching. Something's wrong, he mutters. Johnson clicks his mandibles, antenna brushing leaves. It's shocking. This is where I saw my parents die. Johnson, shocking.
Shocking.
Yeah, that's never good. Chains snap, clearing erupts. The werewolf of Wall Street explodes from the concealment, moving faster than Bigby expects. Dorica wards flashes, gravity twists for a heartbeat. Johnson steps forward, instinctively acts raves. Shocking! The werewolf crashes into him mid-swing, jaws clamping around Johnson's thorax. Johnson fights, strong, stubborn, refusing to fall. Bigby lunges. Dorica releases a second ward, knocking Bigby sideways into a tree. The werewolf rips Johnson apart with brutal efficiency, then hurls the broken body to his side. The cockroach twitches once, then dies.
Rip.
Bigby doesn't roar, he doesn't scream, he moves. He tackles Dorica, slamming her into a tree hard enough to crack bark. She gasps, wards flickering. The werewolf churns, Bigby already on him. Fists, teeth, rage. They tear into each other. Wolf versus... Oh, it's two wolves, I just realized.
Yeah.
Two wolves and a blur of violence. Dorica tries to rise. Storm's echoes cracks like thunders. Enough. Storm descends into the clearing, lightning crawling across her arms. Her presence forces distance. Bigby backs off, breathing hard. Werewolf snarls, but steps out of the way, bloodied. Storm looks at Johnson's body, her jaw tightening. This ends now.
Oh, shit.
From the tree line, Dracula observes the chaos. Professor X senses him from far away and then stiffens. 02, we're not alone. 02 grins, eyes gleaming. Good. I have a feeling that it's letting people in first place win again. I'm just a heads up. So I'm going to make 02 and Professor X cannot win.
Okay.
I'm just having that because the last three, I think the person first has won.
Oh, shit. I see.
Uh,
Yeah.
Malric was the very first one as well. So I'm going to
Oh,
test
yeah.
this one. I'm going to see the answer. I'm going to test chapter 5 and see the answer, and then see it and determine from that.
Alright.
Because I was thinking that a while ago as well with a couple, but then it like changed itself where like, oh, the third person was the winner. So I was like, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
From the tree line, Dracula observes the chaos. Professor X sends them far away and stiffens. You're too unknown, blah, blah, blah. Dorica raises a shaking barrier. I don't want this, she pleads. Storm voice is quiet, final, near the Ecaligo. It's a single focus lightning strike, not wide, not flashy. She punctures through Dorica's ward. She dies.
Yeah.
The werewolf charges her in pure fury. Storm takes to the air, but not high enough. He leaps, clawing her legs, dragging her down. They crash into the dirt. The werewolf snaps at her throat. Storm discharges a lightning bolt at point blank. It stuns, but not kills, but it's enough. She rolls free and summons a final bolt from the sky. The lightning hits him squarely. He's dead.
Shit. That was close.
The ground cracks. From the catacombs rim, a bone knight spills upwards. A grave lord Nito finally rises. Not raging, not dramatic, inevitable. Skeletons do not swarm, but their terrain dies around him. Stone crumbles past naught. Bigby tracks Nito over the overriding caution. Anger overriding caution. He attacks from behind, claws sinking to bone. It does nothing. Nito churns. The single skeleton hand grips Bigby's skull. The curse of death pulses. Bigby collapses instantly, body withering as decay passes. Nito does not pursue further. Storm confronts Dracula in a parish courtyard. Lightning bursts the darkness. They clash. Fast, brutal. Storm wounds him badly. Dracula nearly drains her. Both retreat, injured. Yeah, okay. 0-2's the winner. It's allowing people in fucking first to play.
Yeah. Bullshit.
So I guess Malric doesn't count, but fuck it, he's in.
Yeah, I don't care. It's fine.
Storm spots 0-2 sprinting across the courtyard. Spear flashing, Professor X calm, guiding steers her left and forward. But the arena itself betrays them. Broken stones shear up, loose up underfoot. The storm descends like judgment. Precise gust knocks over 0-2 off balance. Fall up lightning cracks, scorches the ground inches from her feet. 0-2 charges anyway. Feral grin wide. Professor X focuses hard, trying to cloud Storm's aim for a heartbeat. It worked, just long enough for 0-2 to land a glancing strike. Storm exhales, steadies, and answers with control, not fury. A compact bolt that hits square 2, 0-2 squarely, stopping her heart.
Alright.
Nito's presence chills the courtyard bones hum. Professor X turns his chair to face the catacomb's rim, sensing the inevitability approaching. He reaches out one final time, not to dominate, but to deceive, only to plead for space. Nito does not respond. The ground underneath his wheelchair rots, stone becoming dust, and the chair tips. Professor X falls, striking hard. The death curse pauses once, silence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope Nito doesn't win.
Dracula Storm versus. Only Storm, Dracula, and Nito remain. Storm and Dracula meet again beneath a broken arch, both wounded, both exhausted. They fight without spectacle, close, brutal, efficient. Storm lands a lightning-laced strike to Dracula's chest. Dracula answers with a near fatal slash that drains her strength. They stagger apart. Nito steps into the courtyard, skeleton frame hollowed by bone light. Dracula moves first, faster than he has all games. He carves through bones, shattering ribs and vertebrae, pushing Nico back towards the rim. For a moment, it looks possible. The catacombs answer. The ground opens. The death wave surges, not an attack, a truth. Dracula movement slow. His immortality, already shackled by Lordran, fails. He gets destroyed by Nito.
Damn. I wanted Dracula to win.
So did I.
Yeah.
Storm stands alone against death itself. She rises to the air, barely calling every remaining breath into one last storm. The lightning hammers Nito, cracking bone, blasting fragments of the courtyard. Nito staggers. Storm lands, spent, bleeding, but defiant. Nito lifts his hand, then death curse blooms. Storm's lightnings flicker, and it goes out. She's dead. The
Okay.
winner is Nito.
Yeah.
He did nothing all game but just
I
rot in the
know.
catacombs.
Yeah. That was dumb.
Draco was
Oh well.
good. I like him.
Yeah. Same. I liked him with power too.
It's like GLaDOS with like Whitley or
Yeah.
Wheatley.